We continue with the three-dimensional model created in the previous model. Start Advanced Simulation. If we right-click on the part file, we can choose New FEM and Simulation and Solution. We can then choose for structural analysis, and in the next window we can choose for solver. At group T we use NX Nastran as a solver for structural analysis. You can see that now 4 files have been created. The first file, the sim file or simulation file, contains our constraints and the loads. The second file, the FEM file, contains the body, and later on it will also contain the mesh and material properties. The third file is our idealized geometry file. It will contain simplifications. The last file is our part file. The first thing we do in the FEM file is to create a 3D tutorial mesh. You can choose your mesh type, and then you select your body, type of element, and you can ask what the preferred mesh size is according to the computer. If you don't like that mesh size, you can open the 3D mesh collector and right click on the mesh to edit it and change the mesh size. Then in the body itself you right click to change the material properties. You have a whole library of materials available in NX 6.0, and if you have some doubts, you can always check the information file, which contains all the properties available for a certain material in the library. After the material is applied, we go to the simulation file or sim file and we add our constraints. We want to clamp the bottom of our file with a user-defined constraint. In a user-defined constraint for 6 degrees of freedom, from degree of freedom 1 to 6, you have the ability to specify what is allowed and what is not. Degree of freedom 1 is a translation in the X direction, degree of freedom 2 translation in the Y direction up to Z, and then from degree of freedom 4 to 6 rotation around X, Y, and Z axis. You can see that I have clamped the bottom of the file of the model and that it is constrained now. At the top of the model we want to apply a force. We right click on loads, so apply new load, we choose a force, and for a force you have to specify where it is applied. You have to choose an orientation vector, in what direction your force is working, and of course you have to specify the magnitude of your force. You can see that I'm pulling now on the top surface. If you have completed all these steps, you can go to the simulation file and right click on solution 1 to check if you still have any errors. If you don't have any errors or warnings, you can right click again on solution 1 and press solve. Then you will submit your exercise to NX Nastran in order to solve it. You have to give the computer some time till the sign job finished appears on the screen. You can then close all the files the computer opened, go to the a solution window and load with the right mouse button the solution 1. For example, now you can display the displacement of your model, or you can display all the stresses appearing in your model. And you can start by creating your output